What is up, famsy? My name is Branzy, and welcome to another episode of EchoCraft. In the last episode, I had asked you guys for a little bit of help. And that help was to figure out what we should build next. And I had a lot of suggestions, actually. I know some of you guys were suggesting to start working on like a shipping dock and something that would go over there, to maybe do like a tower on the mountains to have it kind of like overlooking onto the area. Some people even went with the Coliseum idea to kind of put like a little tiny kind of Coliseum in here somewhere. And here's the thing. I want to do all of those things before the season is over. However, what I've decided is to follow the suggestion that I've been getting for the last couple of episodes, and that is to work on a farming area. And the reason that I wanted to work on the farming area is because we have a rather large area to work with that I have been kind of putting off doing anything with until I was really inspired. And thinking about the farming and everything has actually got my creative juices flowing once again. And that is what I want to use this area for on this island. And I know what you're thinking, Branzy, wasn't there a charged creeper in this pen not too long ago? How did you move him so eloquently without destroying the entire world around you? Excuse me, cow, just need to get the baby. All right, cute the baby, cute the baby, cute the baby. Oh, no, cute baby, cute baby. Yeah, that's 91 deaths. It's been a pretty rough start to today's episode, but I do have pretty much everything figured out as far as the builds I want to do. There's going to be 5 different farms on this island by the time that we're done. It's going to be really, really awesome, and I think it's going to look really, really cool. I've even got some suggestions and videos and stuff that I'll go over later on as we start building this for you guys to check out if you're interested. But that being said, the first thing we need to do is get some terraforming on this island. So that being said, let's get to work. Whoosh, transition. Okay, so you guys may have noticed in that small time lapse there that I actually ended up flattening this whole island down to water level and then building it back up, which means this whole layer I placed every block, and that layer I placed every block, and that layer up there, that's every block. It's just, I know what you're thinking, Branzy, why would you do that? It's such a crazy and wasteful thing to do. And the answer is I have no answer, and I lost a lot of dirt in the process, and I'm not mad about it, you're mad about it. But what we want to work on next is, you can see that I built up like kind of 5 areas. So here's area 1, area 2, area 3, area 4, and area 5. The names and the locations are subject to change, but one thing is not going to change is our trajectory for today's episode is to continue to build farms. But what I wanted to stop and just take a second to explain is, I guess, kind of just what, oh my, small distraction. What I was saying is I built this whole thing out. You can see the main path kind of comes through here and it kind of loops back over there into that bridge. So we have 2 entrances here. I've got this path built out so that we can get over to that area over there and kind of build our way up the mountain so we can start building up on there with a bunch of stuff I got in mind as well, and leading up to eventually some towers and things like you guys were suggesting in the comments of last episode to get some towers built on there, but we need a way to get up there, right? So this is kind of why we're building it in the order that we are. And I think what we need to work on next is actually to get some builds in here. And I think the first guy that I want to build, I think, is this guy right here. He's off, right off the entrance of the island, and we can just, it's going to be beautiful. So that being said, once again, let's get back to work. Alright guys, are we ready for the grand reveal? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Just kidding. Okay, for 3, 2, 1, boom. Ah, the death. Please, not now. Not during the great reveal. Okay, shush. I know it's been a minute since I did the sleepy time. Just come back down here and fight me like a man. Silly bat. Can't even get out of the trees. Anyways, check this out. This is such a quaint and cute little cottage farmhouse style thing. I went and planted all of this wheat. Like, look at all of this wheat around this whole area. It's a lot. It's a whole lot. Now, my plan long term. Ooh, I missed a spot. Oops, don't look at that. My plan long term is to put like a villager or two in here. Oh, they're back. Just to make sure that we have some, like, I guess, movement and some actual function behind this thing. I might build an actual wheat farm underneath here, but that's going to wait until I think we work on the interiors of this place as well. I'm actually going to take a sleep real quick just to help with the death that is about to occur to me. Please stop, bad bats. But you can tell a couple things about this build already. So I went and put some more custom trees around here. I had to kind of edit a couple of the existing ones just to make sure that they weren't impeding the area too much. But like, this is a brand new guy. I think he's really, really cute, just hanging out over here. Same with this guy over here, just a really simplistic tree. And there's obviously, you guys may know, there's tutorials on my channel about how you build these trees and stuff if you're interested. But nothing too crazy fancy on that regard, but I did really like this chimney in the back here. Leads up to that kind of a double style like that. And on the side of this build over here, we actually have this little, like, I guess, storage slash work area. I needed a place to kind of have some composters if I'm going to have a couple farmers through here, right? This isn't really going to be super functional necessarily, at least on the top, just because I don't really need it to be. There's no real point to having this other than it looks nice, and I think it really does look super, super cute. That's also why I have these carpets right here. This is a barrier that mobs won't cross, and I've tried to design this fence so that mobs and villagers won't get out. I know that we can like walk through here, but from my testing, and I could be wrong, villagers don't really see this as a valid way through, and neither do mobs. So it's kind of nice. The only mobs that can get in here right now are spiders. But as I go on and we build more stuff, this area will get even more lit up, and we won't have to worry about that either. Now, one thing to note about this build is this is actually not a Branzy original, right? This is a build based on a tutorial that I watched because I actually really like this builder and I really like the tutorials that they're making, but I'm not just going to tell you straight off who it's from. Now, I will be honest, this is a fairly heavily altered version of the build that they put out for a tutorial, at least as far as palette and some of the blocks and stuff. So it looks pretty different. So I'll be surprised, but I want to know if anybody can actually tell me who this is by. Who is the original designer of this specific build? And no, it's not the skeleton looming in the building already. It's somebody, and I'll be sure to leave the creator or the initial designer of this build, at least the tutorial that I watched, in the description so you guys can watch it. But I'm not just going to tell you. I want you to guess. I want to see if anybody could figure it out before they looked in the description. Because although I do love building my own designs, and we're going to be doing a lot more of that later on, I do also really like to shout out and point out really good builders and creators in the community as well. And so that is what I want to do with this. So let me know if you guys know who this design was initially by. Now, something we haven't done in a while is take a look at our builds in shaders, but just take a look at this. Seriously, it's so cute. Oh, it's just a delightful little thing, isn't it? And just look at like that, like little area right there. Oh, it's just like this little glow. It's beautiful. I don't know. I think we're really on to something with this little farming area here, guys. I really do. This is going to be so cool. It's going to be so much fun to work on this and get kind of back to like some more, I guess, smaller, more detailed builds after we've been doing some bigger stuff lately. Oh, even that waterfall is pretty glassy. It looks kind of strange. But we're going to be working on some more farms here in the next episode as well. I want to get maybe 1 or 2, maybe even 3 more done in the next episode. Who knows? Who knows what the future holds? But that is going to have to do it for today's episode, guys. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to let me know down below. And as always, tune in for the next one.